AI is not taking your job. Someone using AI is. Right now, there's a tiny window where using AI automatically puts you ahead of most people. This isn't about being a tech genius, it's about leverage. AI is a multiplier of time, skills, output, and confidence. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how top performers are using AI. You'll have a system you can copy today. And most importantly, you'll understand why most people will fall behind. Why AI is the biggest advantage since the internet. The truth is, most people don't use AI, or they use it like Google. I've even seen on social media like an anti-AI movement, which honestly I laugh because I thought it was funny. And honestly, that's probably a good thing for you if you're trying to get ahead. If all of these people are just like choosing not to use it and you are choosing to use it, you're most likely going to get ahead. A very small group of people are using it as a second brain, a coach, an assistant, an engineer, and you want to make sure that you're in this small group. And here's the important mindset shift. AI doesn't replace thinking, it amplifies thinking. So an average person plus AI is much better than a smart person without AI. There's a little bit more to this I want to touch on, but we'll save that for a little bit later. The first way you can use AI is to use it as a personal mentor. What most people do is they'll scroll on social media for advice, they'll watch random videos, and they'll consume but don't apply. What puts you ahead is you can use AI like a career coach, like a finance mentor, a therapist light, and I say this with a grain of salt, and a productivity strategist. So a few examples you can use is break down this goal into weekly steps, or what skills should someone in my position develop? And my favorite, what would a top 1% performer do differently here? And why this works is because it's personalized, it's on demand, there's no ego, and there's no judgment. The second way that you can use it is to 10x your learning speed. Most people learn slowly, give up early, and feel overwhelmed. But the AI advantage is it can explain things in simple terms, analogies, as well as step-by-step formats. So it's really good for cases relating to finance, investing, business, fitness, skincare, and even content creation. You do definitely want to be careful when it comes to business and investing because, again, I always take everything AI says with a grain of salt, but it can be very helpful just to kind of see what it's saying. It is very important that you still kind of drive, is what I like to say. Like, sometimes I give AI a prompt and I feel like it doesn't do a very good job, to be completely honest. But then if I really take the wheel and I'm like driving it and I'm like, okay, this is what I want, but this is specifically what I want exactly, and here are some constraints that you need to keep in mind, and here's a goal as well, then it will perform so much better. So I think it's still very important that you're kind of driving at this stage. But some examples you can use is explain investing like I'm 12, or summarize this book into actionable steps. And a really good one is create a 30-day learning plan. And why this puts you ahead is because the faster you learn, the faster you can execute. You're basically collapsing time, and it's so easy. The third way that you can use it is to think better, not just faster. And here's the big difference. Most people use AI to write. Top users use AI to think. So a few ways that you can do this is by brainstorming and testing ideas. You can also play devil's advocate. So here are some good prompts. What am I missing? What would cause this plan to fail? And what's the smartest next move? This will really help you because it'll lower the emotional decisions, and I feel like that is what hinders most people. There'll be less impulsiveness involved, and the thinking will be more strategic. I personally did not realize how emotional all of my decisions were, my very, very important decisions in my life. And so I kind of started talking to AI and getting like the logical, the reasonable responses, and it kind of, in a way, it puts a mirror in front of you and it kind of forces you to reflect on like some of the things that are really holding you back emotionally. And I think that is truly what is holding most people back, is just certain things that they haven't dealt with psychologically. The fourth way that you can use it is to automate the boring stuff. This is my favorite, because most people burn out on admin or procrastinate and they waste energy. AI can do emails, scripts, captions, and it's really good at planning and organizing. This really frees you up so that all of your energy can go into creativity, strategy, and execution. Discipline isn't about doing everything yourself, it's about removing friction. So to me, the people who refuses to use AI, it's kind of like that one commercial for Kayak where it was like, oh, you can use the scarecrow to scare away the crows. And the lady was like, no, I'll just do it myself. And she's out there in the field like yelling at the crows. That's kind of how I feel about people who refuse to use AI. Like, it's not noble to do everything yourself, and it's not really going to move the needle. You want to focus on the more important tasks that you can't automate, because more than likely that is what's going to push you forward. Way number 5 is to build skills that pay more. The truth is AI rewards communicators, creators, strategists, and problem solvers because AI can help you learn faster, practice safely, and get feedback instantly. So some good examples are like sales scripts, presentation practice, interview prep, and negotiation role play. And this is so important because income growth is always going to be better than budgeting harder. One of my favorite things to do is you can put your like job listing, your cover letter, your resume, but take out all the personal information, put all of that into ChatGPT and then be like, come up with sample interview questions and the answers, and then you can read through and practice. I feel like it's really good for that. Way number 6 is to use AI to stay consistent. Most people rely on motivation and they quit when they're tired or they just don't feel like it. But AI can help you with routines, schedules, habit tracking, and basically it all boils down to accountability. So some prompts that you can use is create a weekly schedule for my goals, turn this goal into daily actions, or help me stay consistent without burnout. At the end of the day, consistency is always going to be intensity. If you work out once and you go to like the hardest Legree class or whatever it is, and you're like so exhausted and so tired by the end and you feel amazing, but because it was so hard, you never did it again, that's so much worse than if you were to do like Pilates once a week consistently for a whole year. Way number 7 is to think in systems, not goals. Most people set goals, get excited, and then they quit when they burn out. But top performers build systems and let momentum do the hard work. The AI advantage is it's really good at designing systems. You can do things like morning routines, content pipelines, even saving and investing systems. And it's actually really good for fitness systems. I'll share a personal story. I was actually like stuck at a certain weight. So I put my height, my weight, my age, I put that I'm a woman, and I put like exactly what I was doing and what my goals were, and it basically tweaked my entire fitness plan, and it actually worked. I tried to follow what it said. Not exactly. Again, I take everything with a grain of salt, but it actually worked. I've lost like 15-16 pounds since I did this. Actually very good for stuff like this. If you're worried about putting your personal information, you can just do incognito. I also do that all the time for like dream analysis because I'm that kind of person. But whenever it's anything like that, I go incognito because I don't want a record of any of this stuff. So goals are like outcomes, they're like cute little wishes, but systems are like guarantees. So focus on systems and the outcomes will be inevitable. Why most people won't do this? I think the biggest reason is fear of change, or maybe it's their ego. Maybe they're like, I'll start later. But I think really what's going on is they're underestimating AI. I'll tell you a really funny story. When ChatGPT first launched, I remember I was at work and I had these 2 coworkers, and one was like, oh my gosh, it's gonna take over. This is horrible. I'm not gonna use it. And it was very much like doomsday, fear mongering. And the other coworker was immediately like, do you think I can use it to come up with lesson plans for my classes? And I was like, obviously, yes, it'll probably be really good at that. But this is the difference. You can either like fall behind, you can let it scare you and just let life and everybody else pass you by, or you can use it to your advantage to get ahead. And the truth is the barrier is low, the upside is massive, and this window will not last forever. I personally always get so excited when I see like really good prompts on TikTok or YouTube, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna save that and ask it later. So I just have so much fun with it. But again, I want to remind you guys that I think at this time especially, it's still very important for you to be like doing the actual thinking and the actual driving, because when I tell it like a very generic prompt and I'm like letting it drive, it's not very good at that. But if I'm driving, I feel like that's when I hit the sweet spot for getting exactly what I want. So the key takeaway is AI alone won't make you successful, but how you use it does. And the things that's going to give you an edge is being early, being consistent, and being intentional. In a few years, people will say they missed the AI wave, but you don't have to. Comment how you are using AI right now. I love to learn how other people are using it. Ooh, another really fun one is you can use it for your color analysis. If you just go into your like a picture of you in the sun, you can get the color code. Like if you go to edit and then go to highlight, you can get the color code for like your skin color, your eye color, your hair color. Put those color codes into ChatGPT and then be like, do my color analysis, and it will literally do it for you. But yeah, let me know how you guys are using it, because I'm always so curious. Like I'm using it so much. If you like this video, make sure you check out my video on how to make 2026 your most successful year yet. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye.